Okay, all right. Welcome to CSN Advising. This is Kim. I'll be advising Kim today, and she's a 42-year-old part-time worker. She's returning to the workforce as well as returning to college. She is mother of two, as I mentioned, and we'll kind of let Callie do her introduction. I wanted to talk to you first, and we'll just kind of start out talking about you as the student. Okay, how do you think your role coming in as a older student in college, how do you feel about that entering into the college?
Um, I mean, I have a little bit of anxiety about that because obviously I'm older. And I know it's a lot of these young kids that are, fresh out of school, and I've been out of school for quite some time. So, it gives me a little bit of anxiety, but I'm ready. I would like to have this opportunity. So I think it's good for me.
And you know that now times have changed a lot now, and the college going experience has changed a lot too, because now there's more non-traditional students like mothers that's returning to work to further their education, retirees. So it can be an age range of people in the classroom from 18 all the way up to 60 years or older. So it has really changed as far as the landscape of going back to school. So I would say just keep a positive attitude about entering back in to college, well, being it your first time. So don't look at it as that way of how traditionally college might have looked, but that know that it's a place that you can get what you need and help you transition to where you want to be in life. So which kind of takes me into the next thing. What do you see as your challenges going back, well, going to school after returning, um, getting your GED? Because I know in our last appointment, you talked about this would be your first time in college.
Yeah, that is something that, like I said, I mean, I think that I'm ready because I want to do it. I know that, like I said, I know that I don't want to continue to do what I'm doing forever. I want to be able to move forward. I want to be able to advance in a career that will give me a little bit more, obviously financial gain. But also, I have two little ones that I need to make an example for. So I'm ready.
So I hear like the what is the important right now, like one of the issues that we need to tackle. I'm looking at what is the what is important now to be getting back into school, um looking at how that transition is going to look for you and understanding that I'm going to be a person or an ally here to help you with that. So I'm saying that's what's important now. We want to kind of itemize the things as we go along. So first thing is important, we got to get you comfortable with how it's going to look for you as a student here, what that's going to look like. And I'm going to talk about how to make your schedule, how to plan for it. Planning around such your busy schedule that you can work in actually studying, because it's going to be a different landscape as far as when you were in high school, right? In college, we got
Yeah.
to designate time for studying, make sure we're maximizing those kind of efforts. So, one thing that I'm going to help you do, I'll help you plan for classes. Okay. Now, I want to ask you, getting this college experience, why would it be important to you?
Um, it's important because it's always been something that I definitely feel like I wanted to do. I just, I kind of got off track as far as like I didn't take I guess people might say the traditional model because I didn't go, you know what I'm saying? Like I left school and I got my GED and then I just entered the workforce. And then once I had children, that became my priority is providing for my children. So starting school is a little bit scary for me because I'm like, I don't know how much time I'm gonna have and how am I gonna juggle that. I don't really know how that's gonna look
So
because I
you
have my kids and you know what I mean. I have work and when am I going to do homework? It's going to be, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning because I can't, you know what I mean? So I'm a little scared about that.
One thing is I'm gonna help you with that because that's gonna be part of our transition too. Because finding the resources, making sure that you know what resources are out there for you. Like I'm gonna talk a little bit and touch more on that a little bit later, but definitely addressing the fact that there will be options for daycare that'll give you more time to go to class. Like one thing that I will mention to you is SafeKey. SafeKey is one resource that can be for that you can utilize as a parent where you can drop off your kid in the morning and they'll take them to school. And also there's an after school version program. And then there's a cost and fee to it. But you being a single parent, we can get you like scholarships and like benefits for like the Urban League. They have a scholarship for their Save Key that it'll be free of no cost to you. Now that'll definitely help you as a resource for freeing up time for you, making sure that you know you can dedicate your time to studies and make sure that you can be that student that you need to be dedicating that time because you definitely have to be able to juggle those things, but it'll help with the juggling act.
Okay. Well, that's good to know because I definitely, my budget is very limited. So I don't know that I would have money to pay for something like that, but it would definitely help me because, it would give the kids an opportunity to, maybe whatever programs they have for the kids, but then also to give me that time to study. Because I definitely didn't want to get into this and not be successful. So whatever you have for me, I'm open.
Okay. But I want to kind of dig a little bit deeper into how Kim looks as a student. Like what's your confidence level from 1 to 10 on Kim being a very successful student to just getting by? What is your confidence level right now as compared to when we first started out?
Um, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if we have to
If you
judge it
put a
between the
number on
level.
it, if you
If
put
I
it
had
from one
to,
to 10, you're confident as Kim as a student, as a college student. How confident are you?
well, I really want it. So I am pretty good about when I want to do something. I can put I can put my mind to it and I can do it. So I will probably have to say, and just being honest, maybe a 7 to 8 because it's been a long time since I've been in school. So I just, I just don't know what that looks like for me. But I'm ready for the challenge, absolutely. So I'm confident about that. So I
Okay,
don't
that's
know.
good. That sounds good. Now, I want to ask you like one thing that might come up, like obstacles come up, and I'm definitely want you to reach out to me in those events. But how do you manage stress when it comes to you? Because one thing I want to avoid is or know or give you techniques is how to manage that stress because I don't want it to cripple you as you trying to become the best student you can be.
Um, how do I manage stress? Well, I mean, I love my kids and spending time with them is everything to me. So when we have our play dates and you know what I mean, whenever I can have time to play with them and read books or I love music and they love music and so we do fun things like that. But also, I mean, I pray. I mean, I have a strong Christian faith and I have family, when I need to. I can always call my family, and I think I have a couple of outlets that way.
Okay. Well, I know that the dad isn't in the life, you know, in the kids' lives, but definitely we can look into resources because I know a lot of times family can't always be there like that, but that's good they're there for emotional support or what have you. But I know sometimes, you know, people's schedules can't work out, but that's how we're going to be allies and make sure that you have the resources you need because I need Kim to be confident as a student and know that you know you really have a place here and we're going to help you transition from the college student to the college graduate. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so the one thing is I was a first time student so I know how it can be.
Oh
So
wow. Okay.
one thing is there was no one to tell me about filling out FAFSA, help what classes, talk to me about my careers, but that's what I'm going to be here for. Okay? I'm going to help you decide on that. So you don't feel like you're going alone at this, okay? And that
Okay.
way we'll just build our foundation together as an advisor and student to make sure that Kim is successful in her journey.
Okay.
Okay? How's
I
that sound?
appreciate that. That sounds great because I mean it's scary, but my family is, like I said, my family is behind me and they definitely want to see me succeed, but knowing that I will have like an extra resource with you, you know, and anything else that I may need, I'll make sure that I try to communicate that to you to help me be successful because I mean, I didn't get into this to not be successful. I want it to work.
All right, well, and I want to work with you.
All right.
Okay, we're back with Kim. Okay, Kim, last time we talked, we wanted to just talk about like your confidence as a student and how that's going to look for you. But now I want to talk a little bit about like how do you feel like in your position as a person, how do you see yourself as a successful student? How does Kim look at herself now in your current status right now?
I mean, are you asking me about in my current role at my job?
Well, how you feel about your value. Like, do you feel like you're valuable in your position? Are you living up to your worth that you think that you should be getting?
Um, no, not really. I think that I mean I go into my job every day to do the best that I can. And obviously, this is a means of support for my children and my family. So I take it very seriously. And I mean, they do certain things for us. They try to give us kudos and they try to give us, these gift cards and things like that. And we have meetings and things, but I don't see myself progressing in that particular role. So I feel like I have to, like at this point in my life, I feel like I have to do something different because I want to be more successful. I want to be more financially stable and I want to be able to provide a good life for my children.
So it's just, and I feel like you're real strong in that area, and the grit that you have and that drive, that's gonna help me make you a successful student. I'm gonna need that drive when these classes get tough, midterms come. Excuse me. I'm gonna need you there. So one thing I'm gonna need is that drive and that confidence that you have. But like I said, it's a development process. It's not gonna all happen overnight. But the way that we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure that you know about the resources that's available to you. I'm gonna be an ally for you. So that you as a student, you can feel comfortable knowing that if there are any obstacles that come up, you have a lifeline. So I don't want to just see you when, there's a problem. I want to see you when you just coming through, just discuss your career path, just things you're doing, how life is going, how classes are going. Cause you got to know that, I'm going to make sure that you're going to be confident in your pathway here, cause you are the student. I'm going to
So
be
let
the
me ask
person
you
that
this.
helps you that. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you,
No,
but
go
so
ahead.
like when I'm having a hard time, I mean, are there any type of like is are there tutors available or any I mean because I mean my math skills and I looked at the classes I'm gonna have to take and I'm not really that strong in it. I mean I was okay, but I mean high school's been a long ways away. So do we have that?
That's one thing that we'll provide for you. Like the career and advising center, they also have tutoring services. Then we also have online tutoring available for our students. So
Okay.
one thing is the tutoring, it'll be like Monday through Friday, and also have weekend tutoring for to meet your other busy schedule needs. But definitely, tutoring resources, I'll make sure you have access to tutoring. The other thing about it is it's very important as you as a student that you making sure you know the office hours of the instructors and things like that, knowing how to meet with the TA. It's going to be very important for you to connect to the campus as well. Because that's one thing, me as being a first year student, I got better grades and things like that when I connected more to campus. I participating in things like study groups, things like that, engaging with other students. And that might be helpful with you because there's going to be a lot of other students, first time in college, students returning from the workforce want to go further in college. You can start like groups with them, connect with those students because y'all going to have similar circumstances. You kind of lean on each other. And then you'll know you'll feel more comfortable in the environment, help you engage more with the college community. That's going to be very helpful.
Okay,
All right.
good to know.
So one thing that I like to do, I like to be very proactive with my students. So I'm saying, at least I will say every 2 weeks, I would like for you to meet with me. Tell me about any updates, any changes, talk about anything that's changing new. Because one thing I like to be is in contact with my students. You're just not starting out. I want you to feel confident and comfortable about your situation. About if I don't know how to find certain materials for class. How do I look that up? How do I go about that? I'll point you in the direction of those resources. So you don't have to go about this alone. But one thing I wanted to let you know that I'm going to be concerned about you. I'm going to be concerned that you're getting everything that you need out of your education. Because one thing that's different from high school, that money wasn't coming out of your pocket. You're paying for this now. So we got to be strategic in how we move along. Like we won't be taking random classes. We're going to take classes that's on your career path. We make sure that we set foundation to make sure you understand that we got a clear foundation and pathway to that. That makes
Okay,
sense?
it does. It does.
Okay, now I don't want you to bring any of your past kind of like advising experiences, whether it was going through your GED or high school. This is going to be a new pathway for us. We're going to build on the foundation to let you know that okay, this is not like the other times I've been advised in certain situations. This is someone that's going to be there and provide me with the educational guidance I'm going to need because I don't want you going about it in a self-advising kind of way. I want you to be taking the right classes, be on a pathway, and maximize your time here as well as maximize your funds that you're using here. That makes sense?
That does make sense. I can tell you, I didn't really have a whole lot of advising. Like they kind of just let you do what you needed to do. And I mean, I kind of just did it as best as I could. So it's good to hear that there might be some other services that'll help me kind of, go along that path. So that's good to know.
Now, one thing that I wanted you to do is those appointments that I want you to keep every 2 weeks, I want you to see me. Once we complete 4 of those appointments, I got a special gift for you. Do you like Starbucks?
I do.
Okay, so one thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna provide you with a coupon for you a Starbucks if you will meet those appointments with me, okay? Because I want to make sure you're on your pathway. I want to make sure that you feel comfortable as a student in this pathway, okay? That you feel like that I am here. I'm like your lawyer. I'm not your judge. You don't have to hide things from me. I'm your lawyer. I'm here to help. So one thing I'm gonna provide you with, make sure you have the resources. Like the one thing is I'm seeing that information that I was discussing about the safe keep for the kids, because the daycare that's really gonna be an essential in
It
making sure
will.
that you have enough time, right? So knowing that you have those kind of resources, even psychological resource, we know just when students having rough time, like our psychological and human resources departments, they have like little things in place that students they can get counseling services like through those departments if you're having little helps and struggles. Because one thing we don't want you to do is get overwhelmed by this experience. Okay.
Right.
But I don't let you know that I am here for you, but I don't send that information over to you. I don't send it to your student email. And then
Okay.
I want you to follow up with me. So in 2 weeks, you're going to be coming back. We're going to be talking more about your degree path. We're going to be picking your first schedule of classes. Okay.
Okay.
So just want to know before we get off, like, want to check our confidence level. How confident are we in Kim, the student now?
I'm ready. I'm ready. I feel
Okay.
like this conversation has really helped me a lot to kind of, like I said, I mentioned, just kind of the anxiety level, just going back into this is just kind of new territory for me. So to know that I have somebody in my corner, I mean, I'm very hopeful. So thank you.
All right, and you're very welcome. But like I said, we'll continue to meet. We're ironing out any wrinkles that come our way as they come. But like I said, it won't happen overnight, but will be a process. And I just want you to be along for the ride in this process and let you know that I'll be right there with you.
I'm ready. I feel better, like I said, after this conversation. So thank you.
All right, Kim. So I'll be talking to you.
All right,
So
Mr. Green.
I'll send you an appointment reminder. So you
Okay.
have a great day, and I'll be reaching out to you soon. Okay.
Okay, you as well.
All right.
Bye
Have a
bye
good
now.
day. All right. Bye.